Lou from Lou's Antiques and Collectibles, and today we're at Maumee Antique Mall, and we're going to change our seasonal display to a fall display. So let's get started. So this is all the stuff that we're going to take and redo our booth at Maumee Antique Mall, and I'm in two antique malls. I'm in Maumee, and I'm also at Plaza Antiques in Lincoln Park. And it's that time of year to start pulling out the fall stuff. So look at my car. It's pretty scary. So let's unload this and put it on the cart and take it on in. Well, here's my cart. It looks like Halloween just exploded out of my car, and it's on the cart. I don't even know if I can walk with this. I'm deciding if I need to put a few things back. It's quite scary here, that's for sure. I think I'm going to have to take those pumpkins off the top and make 2 trips because it's pretty sketchy. So let's go on in, at least with one load, and see what happens. So here we are heading down to our booth. We are in row 7. And we're going to try to get this big cart down there. You can see the screen doors practically in my face all the way down. But we got it all in one load. How about that? And here's our previous display, which I really like because it's all more neutral colors. It looks really nice, but it's time to change it a bit. So that's what we're going to do today. So first we're going to start with just putting out some of the big things. I got some of those pumpkin screens out. And I got that new poultry sign and some big pumpkins. And in the front section here, we're going to have to change things around a bit. We're going to take this milk glass here, and we're going to go ahead and put that way in the back. We're heading around right now. And we're going to put all that milk glass where the clear glass is. It really pops well on that gray shelf. And I'm going to take that clear glass and I'm going to incorporate it into all of these shelves here, which has like the harvest color types of items on it. So we're going to see if this all works. I'd like to not take anything home, but we'll see if that happens today. So here we got some of the orange stuff already pulled out. And if you like what you're seeing, please subscribe and hit the like button. So we're going to incorporate all the orange in the front, and we're going to put all the milk glass in the back, and you can see the milk glass is starting to build back here. And the thing about this is you have to kind of do it all simultaneously. Otherwise you have big carts full of stuff and it's too hard to handle. I've already incorporated some of the clear glass into this shelf when I put the orange out. So you're doing kind of 3 things at once. You're putting the orange in, moving the milk glass, and moving the clear glass. And boy, it's a chore. But it's starting to look pretty good here. So we're going to keep working on these front shelves. And there we go. We even have more milk glass in, and that's looking pretty good. So we have pretty much all of the clear glass incorporated, and we pulled all that milk glass out of that front shelf, and we put it back here. So we have room for our fall display. And there is all the clear glass already been incorporated in. It looks pretty good. So now we can build the front more and work on that project. So here's our front, and we're getting there. We got a lot of the orange in, and the back part we haven't really touched yet. We got to still change our dress forms and bring more of the Halloween pumpkin items in and the harvest fall stuff in. But we have a good start here. And we've incorporated more pumpkin items, and it's looking pretty good. You have to kind of build this, and here's all the stuff that we still have to put in. What a load. But we'll get it in. We have to change all of our clothes to get rid of the summer items and put in more of the harvest color clothing items for this fall to stimulate our sales. And it is looking pretty good here. We got a lot of our items in. We still haven't changed our dress forms yet. But we got all the orange in, a lot of the pumpkins in. I still have some stuff on the floor that I have to deal with. Some of it I'm taking home, and some of it I'm going to put in a different shelf. And this side has all been done with our screen and our pumpkin and our poultry sign. So that side is looking pretty good. So here's our other side. And we need to pull that tank top out because that's obviously a summer item. We need to put some more clothing in there. I got some pumpkin screens in there. And we still have a lot to put in, but it's starting to shape up. It's looking pretty good. So let's keep on moving there. So here is our booth. It's looking really good. We got it all fixed up. We got all the orange items in the front, and we went ahead and kept some of the clothing on there because it looked good. It fit in quite well with this display. So on second thought, I did have a black check dress, so I decided, oh, I got to get that in. I was going to keep the clothing. It's like, what are you thinking? You got to get that black dress in there. And that actually sold pretty immediately because I'm narrating this later. And here's our vintage dress over here that we want to get in. And this side is pretty much complete. And it's looking pretty good. So let's take a tour of the booth. So we have our middle section all ready for the fall, and we have our end caps all ready for the fall, which look really nicely done. Let's go look a little closer. And I kept some of the elements. I usually keep the earring displays in there and the jewelry in there, and I just kind of move around that with the new items because those are kind of staples to my booth and they always sell really well. So let's go down the shelves, and we see the lots of orange in there and some Halloween decor and lots of cool stuff. And I even had some cloth pumpkins there. And now that I'm narrating this a little later, I'll tell you a lot of these items are already sold. We'll make sure we put a little marker on there to let you know what things have sold and what things we still have, because it's amazing how much is already gone. And this new little necklace display really turned out well, and I'm selling those necklaces really well, so I'm glad I changed that too. Then during the previous display, that worked out really good. And here's our pumpkin screens. And we're going to go over to the side here. We see some signs, and I put a little, some cute pumpkin dresses on the corner there for kids. And I have my owl picture with my vintage dress. And that's the other booth there, one at the end of the jewelry case there. And on the top, I put some large pumpkins, a blow mold, and another carrying pumpkin that's got actually a blow mold company on the bottom. So that was pretty cool too. And here's our beautiful jewelry, all in the case. And let's go over to where our harvest colors were. And we incorporated a lot of the clear glass in here, but kind of rearranged and cleaned up that area. And we even had to put a pumpkin in there. It wouldn't fit in the front. So we got that put in there. 2 pumpkins. And let's go ahead and look at that bottom shelf. And as you can see, the clear glass has been incorporated. And clear is nice. It goes with everything. You can put it wherever you got room. Over here, I have a large box of Legos. I sold another one of that already. And here's our toy corner. That is turning out to be really good. I'm really glad I started to dabble in toys. I'm doing very well with that. And here's another dress form that we have. That's kind of in front of our purse display. And here's my cabinet in the back, and this contains all the sterling and the pearls and a lot of the compacts that I have. And here is all our blacks and purples and whites. If you remember when we did the display last time, we put the purple in the back there, and it still looks good there, so we're going to keep it there. And here's my clothing rack with lots of new items in there for fall. We got all the sleeveless summery type items. And over here is my red and pink area. And here's our blue area. So we'll take a look down the bottom of the shelves so you can see a lot of the items that I have. As you see, it's very packed, but that's how I do well. I mean, I sell a lot of items every month, so you really have to keep your booth packed. I know a lot of people don't like to put this much in, but for me it works really well. So I'm going to continue to do that system. A lot of people say, well, it's too cluttered. Well, I make real well every month, so I think I'm doing something right. So you can do what's best for you, and this works the best for me. And here's the side of our middle display. And here's my hat rack. With lots of vintage hats and some newer ones too. And you can see that black and white dress that we decided to throw in at the last minute. It looks so cute there. And here's our linens in this area. And we have some tin signs on the top of that shelf. And we have a big necklace display and some of our cheaper rings right next to it so that they can lift that acrylic thing right off and they can help themselves with that. That way they don't have to get a key for everything. And we have our milk glass, and I have lots of new baseball type caps that are selling quite well. And here was a sign from the summer display. I did keep those in there in case I could maybe sell a few more of those. And on the side here we got a cute little Halloween dress. And here's our end cap. Let's look at it all again with our vintage dress in the front. And our pumpkin screens. And here's the front of the display. I think it turned out nice. It's very full, but I think it turned out really nice. The colors are really pretty. And I have a mixture of collectibles and antiques in there. Some newer items too, which sell just as well as older items. And here's a view from this end with that giant pumpkin screen and our middle display. And it took several hours, but I think it turned out good. So here's a last glimpse of it. So we're all done setting up our seasonal display. It took us about 4 hours to do it, not including, of course, the time at home with pricing the items and whatnot. But this is Lou from Lou's Antique saying goodbye, and we'll see you again.